First of all, please accept my apologies. I am a little disadvantaged here that I do not know to speak your beautiful language. So I'm sorry that for this evening, English has to be our medium of interaction and communication. Respected dignitaries and esteemed guests and all the people who have gathered here to celebrate this golden milestone. With great joy and hope, we all have come together today to celebrate a momentous occasion, which is the 50th anniversary of SHABAB Weekly. Now, 50 years is a long time for the life of a publication. I know that in the last 50 years, there are so many publications which have died, so many TV networks which have died, not just in India, but also globally. Publications that at one point of time were formidable now no longer exist. So the fact that SHABAB Weekly has not only endured, but also thrived and grown over the last 50 years in the shifting sands of time and grown in both its reach and influence just goes to show SHABAB Weekly's relevance for contemporary times and for you and for the society of Kerala. So this event should be more than an occasion to celebrate the longevity of the publication. It is an event to reflect upon this publication's enduring values and the lasting influence it has had on the Muslim community and to chart the path ahead. That path needs to overcome the current challenges and give hope and direction to the community in general and youth in particular. Since its inception as a bi-weekly on January 2, 1975, SHABAB has stood as a torch-bearer of knowledge, morality, and reforms. Launched as an 8-page publication, it began with a simple yet powerful vision to guide the Muslim community, especially the youth, on a path of enlightenment rooted in the principles of the Quran. True to its name, SHABAB, which means youth, has been instrumental in shaping the minds of the younger generation. By addressing their challenges and aspirations, it has encouraged them to embrace their faith, build character, and actively participate in building a better society. In SHABAB's pages lies a quiet, persistent hope that India's strength is and always has been its ability to find unity in diversity. One of SHABAB's most significant achievements has been its role in fostering a culture of education. By promoting the importance of both religious and secular education, it has inspired countless youth to seek knowledge, elevate themselves, and contribute meaningfully to the Muslim society and the Indian nation. In a world filled with distractions and challenges to faith, SHABAB has consistently provided a platform for readers to discover and remain moved to their Islamic identity. Its articles rooted in the Quranic teachings and prophetic traditions have offered moral clarity and spiritual guidance, empowering readers to navigate their lives with a sense of higher purpose and conviction. Through its powerful editorials and insightful pieces, SHABAB has addressed societal issues with courage, conviction, and wisdom. From combating moral decline to advocating for justice and equality, SHABAB has been voice of reform, challenging injustices and inspiring change within the community. It has been a forum for thought-provoking discussions on pressing matters, inviting intellectuals, scholars, and writers to share their perspectives and insights. This has enriched the intellectual and spiritual discourse of the community and contributed to the Kerala Muslim Renaissance movement. Recognizing the pivotal role of women in a nation's life, SHABAB has provided a space for highlighting their contributions, addressing their concerns, and advocating for their rights within the framework of Islamic values. I also know that SHABAB has a publication which is entirely dedicated to the women's issues. Over the years, SHABAB has grown into the most widely read Islamic journal in the Malayalam language. Its reach extends far beyond Kerala, connecting Malayali Muslims worldwide and strengthening their bond with their faith and culture. As we celebrate this golden anniversary, it is vital to remember that the journey of SHABAB is far from over. There are numerous challenges we face today. The introduction that I was given, I was told fake news, false propaganda, religious intolerance. To that I can add the erosion of secular values, communal discord, riots, climate change, environmental degradation that we have witnessed in Kerala and its horrific consequences, the erosion of democracy and free speech, and last but not the least, the spread of fake news and disinformation. Now, these challenges call for a renewed commitment to the mission of SHABAB Weekly. In a nation as diverse as India, where languages, religions, castes, cultures intertwine and live amicably, yet sometimes also collide, a vernacular publication like SHABAB holds a unique and vital role. You wield the quiet power that can be used to foster understanding and build communal harmony at the grassroots level. SHABAB's penetration within the community and a vast and loyal readership should be used to shine a light on injustices and wrongs meted out, not just to the minority community, but also to human rights defenders, civil rights activists, journalists, and political opposition. In instances where misinformation spreads faster than wildfire, SHABAB can act as a bulwark against the insidious rise of communal stereotypes. And these communal stereotypes sometimes lead to riots, they sometimes lead to lynchings, and to the death and murder of killing of innocent people. By offering nuanced reporting and thoughtful commentary, SHABAB can debunk divisive narratives and bring context to stories which are too often sensationalized. In times of rising polarization, fake news, the hold of social media, vernacular and denomination-based publications like SHABAB, they carry a unique and important responsibility to act as a voice of reason, truth, and tolerance within the communities they serve. By addressing readers in their native languages and cultural contexts, SHABAB holds both the power and duty to combat religious extremism, the extremism that you see outside your community, but also within. The task of addressing extremism, both of the majority and sometimes of the minority communities, is urgent and vital. Religious extremism festers in echo chambers, fueled by disinformation and unchecked political rhetoric. A vernacular publication like SHABAB, rooted in the traditions and values of its audience, can pierce through these chambers with clarity, compassion, and facts. SHABAB can draw on the shared moral teachings of the Islamic faith to emphasize peace, tolerance, and fraternity, values that are at the core of Islam but are at times overshadowed by sporadic voices of intolerance. Vernacular and religious denomination-based publications like SHABAB have the credibility to challenge harmful ideologies within their own communities. When an extremist narrative is confronted not by an external voice, but by one from within, the resistance to change weakens and the message carries greater weight. By providing space for moderate voices, scholars, clerics, and community leaders, SHABAB can promote dialogue that steers believers towards understanding and fraternity and coexistence rather than division. Moreover, SHABAB can bridge divides by educating their readers about other faiths, highlighting commonalities and celebrating interfaith cooperation. By doing so, you can actively dismantle the us versus them mindsets that extremists often exploit. SHABAB is more than the chronicler of the times. SHABAB is more than, I believe, just an Islamic publication. SHABAB is more than just a Malayali publication. You have always endeavored to be your community's moral compass, to be your society's moral guide, guiding your readers, your youth, towards a path of peace and mutual respect, and you should continue on that path. Remember, the fight against extremism is not just about countering hate, but also about nurturing hope. And this, perhaps, is your greatest role, which is to nurture and give hope to your readers. Hope will come from an informed, rational, and scientific discourse. Hope will emerge from a progressive vision, one that is rooted in rich tradition and cultural values, while simultaneously advancing innovation in the fields of science and technology. As an influential community voice, SHABAB can foster that scientific, rational, and progressive outlook, which is much needed, not only for individual growth, but also for community and nation building. Thank you for joining us in this celebration of a legacy that spans 5 decades. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for hosting me. And thank you for your very gracious and warm welcome. I have a special connection with Kerala, more because at a time when there are other places in the country which have floundered on its secular ideals and values of mutual respect and tolerance, Kerala has stood as the torchbearer of secularism and communal fraternity. May God bless each of you, and may God grant SHABAB Weekly and its editors and its management continued success in serving the cause of the Almighty. Thank you so much.